down. There you go. No pain?
No.
Sit down. There you go. No pain?
No.
Okay, flip over and we'll try those prone just real quick. Lift. Hold. Ready to go. Excellent. Ready to go. Excellent. No pain?
No.
Nice. Flip back over. Do you remember on some of those guys, that hip extension was like low quality until we started messing with the bolster, right? When we would get your spine into more flexion and that hip quality was better. The fact that we didn't need that today, I think, is a really good sign, right?
Yeah.
You were just high quality at baseline there.
And I remember also like when we had weights on it at one time, it was like super painful in the knee. I just don't feel like that's
A thing. Well, that didn't bother your knee at all doing it prone like that. Okay. Let's do the flamingo, the pelvic rotation. Good. Hold. Ready to go. Excellent. No pain. Touch this way. Ready and go. Good. No pain there. Okay. And then we'll go femoral or femur external rotation. Yeah. And then lift. Hold here. Ready to go. No pain. Ready and go. I'm pushing on you pretty hard too. This thing's seemed pretty stable.
Yeah.
So even last appointment, you had hip abduction left was low quality, and that pulled up in your neck. Yeah, which was a crazy connection. And then internal rotation, flexion, abduction left, didn't have pain, but you couldn't hold. Both of the shoulders failed, and you had some pain on the left side. And then the pelvic approximation, both sides failed, pain in the neck and shoulder blades. Today, no issue there. And then the last one we just did through the hip, the external rotation, flexion, abduction, were both low quality too. So major structural changes to the stability here, major baseline changes. Last one is the neck.
Yeah, my body was just like shutting down.
Well, yeah, you were getting pain, right? You're like, your
Yeah.
body, your nervous system is going, no, we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Lift, sorry, rotate, hold, there you go. That one's a little hard, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. That one felt great. Any pain sensation going to that right side?
Not to the right, but to the left a little bit even.
Okay. Weirdly enough, because that actually felt better in terms of quality. Where did you get the pain?
It's like on the left side of my spine on the neck.
Okay, up top.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cervical rotation, flexion. Okay, so let me double check the shoulder abduction, right? Last appointment, we couldn't get the shoulder abducted. We were in an elbow flex position. We were having pain and range of motion was super limited. So let's just recheck the range, slide out.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
All good to go there, huh? Yeah, your spine was just like collapsed.
No, that's not good.
Cool, no pain there.
No.
And the other one that was causing us problems last time was capital flexion. Your cervical extension was high quality, the capital flexion was low quality and had some pain. So we'll check that. Tuck your chin. Hold that position. I'm gonna try to pull it out. Ready and go. Any pain?
No.
Okay, good. And then I think we had some like rotation, range of motion stuff. Let's double check. Spin. Any pain getting there?
No.
This way. Pain? Okay. So that's really interesting. It's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting that with the cervical rotation flexion left, you're getting a little bit of a pain response, kind of like up here.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not getting it when we do just the rotation. So let me check a couple different configurations to the neck. Lift your head and rotate left. Hand just getting there.
Yeah, not right there.
Okay. And then confirm again, rotate left. No pain.
No, it's better.
Okay. Lift your head, hold the head up. Ready and go. That might be a little low quality. Let's work that for a second. So just pull your head like towards the ceiling. Yeah, perfect. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Work down the front of your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it a second. We'll try again. And then we'll recheck the flexion rotation. If it feels better from a range of motion standpoint, we'll do the SARS test again on it. So your rotation was fine, right? And that's why I'm like, okay, well, the other component of that is flexion.
Yeah.
It could be something down the spine, but let's just start where the issue is, at least in the neck, right? Let's do it again. Lift. Hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Take a short little break, about 20-30 seconds, and then we'll recheck flexion, rotation, range. Okay, so capital flexion today is high quality. That was good to go. No pain. Okay.
It's just so crazy to me that like so many people don't even like know what's going on in their body and just like live with pain. And it's like,
And don't know how, even if they've tried to solve it, don't know how, right?
Yeah.
And like, I think a lot of people end up giving up, and I don't blame them, you know, when you, especially if you go to your doctor or your chiro or your PT or whatever,
yeah.
and no avail, I'd want to give up too.
Yeah.
But it sucks. It's kind of a miserable existence to just be in pain all the time. That's a terrible thing, you know. I don't wish that upon anybody. That is just terrible. And to your point, you know, Jazz and I, we work on each other. Like, we were just working on each other this morning for that same exact reason. Because even if you're in this, even if you have all the education, all the skill, all the whatever,
Yeah.
it's hard to find on your own.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I think about it like those things that cause pain. Your body shuts the door, turns off the light, locks the door. How could you possibly know what's going on inside that room?
Right.
If, you know?
It's nice to have like another person to work with.
Work through it, yeah. Lift again. Rotate left. How'd that feel getting there?
Yeah, it's like better.
Okay, let's work a little bit more of the cervical extension. I'm gonna have you bend your knees. Okay, and then lift the head again. Hold right there. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. You got it? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good.
Yeah.
Give it a second. We'll do it one more time, and then we'll recheck. And we might even end up working the flexion rotation with a little bit of pressure here too. Yeah, so that's cool. The shoulders were high quality range of motion today. Capital flexion was high quality. The only weird thing from today so far is the cervical flexion, and we found that via the SARS test number 7, right, which is flexion rotation. You could do rotation. I'm just recapping. You could do rotation, but you couldn't do flexion without a little bit of a pain response. So working through a couple of those isos in cervical flexion. From the supine position, going hook line. We did 10, 10, 15 seconds. Let's run a couple myos on that. We'll try for about 5 myos, and then we'll recheck.
Okay.
So getting that whole movement through the neck. Think about just lifting. Yeah, 1. Is that heavy enough without extra resistance?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just let you cruise through that guy. Nice. 2. All the way to at least 5. If 5 seems a little too easy, we'll go further. Nice. Beautiful. Good rest. We'll give it about 20 seconds, and then we'll recheck the quality, make sure it's holding, and then we'll go back to the rotation flexion thing.
Yeah, definitely I feel some resistance when I'm like getting towards like the top.
You feel
in like the between the shoulders.
on the left side?
Yeah.
Let's recheck quality. Just lift, hold. There you go. It's holding a lot better.
Yeah.
Did you get a slight pain response with that?
Not really, no.
Okay, let's do another set. Let's see if we can do 5 to 8 this time instead of just the 5 here. Nice job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. 6, 7. Got at least one more. 8. Beautiful. And the rest. Quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that rate of perceived exertion there?
98. 3.9.
Oh yeah, it's up there. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Not too far, but enough that it's work.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, give it about 15 more seconds and we'll recheck the quality, and then we'll, as long as that's still holding and not getting a response, then we'll try the rotation again.
Okay.
You mentioned the last set that you were getting a little pull on the left at the end of the range. Was it better that set? Not really.
Not really. It's not like pain, it's just like
Tight.
resistance. Yeah, definitely. And I can feel like in my neck along
The back.
both sides. Yeah.
We might need to work at not just a flexion myo, but maybe we need to work an extension plyo into flexion, because last time the extension was kind of the thing, right? So let me check that real quick. Let me get under your skull. Okay, head back down. Hold that position. Ready to go. So it's high quality. No pain with that? Okay, so press into my hand a little bit, get cervical extension, and then we're going to control it back into cervical flexion. What I want to know is if there's not that kind of tightness. Keep the chin slightly up. There you go. And then the neck. There it is. Was that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that one more time. Push into my hand. Good. Control it. Try to keep that same joint angle in the chin. Beautiful work. And rest.
Yeah, that just feels good. It feels like it's like finally, stretching that out. It's so weird to stretch the neck like
Actively like that?
Yeah.
Cause the plyo, we've talked about this before, right? But what happens with the plyometric contraction is that you're loading the muscle tissue while it's in a lengthening cycle. So if I'm theorizing that the tension that you're having here when we're pulling up is that these don't want to go into the lengthen cycle. They're trying to hold on, and so we can get them to contract, and then under contraction lengthen, and a lot of times they'll let go after we do that. So let's run that again since that's feeling so good. Hand in, yep, perfect, and then control it up. So much easier to do already. Nice, back down. Let's go right into it again. Yep, ready to go. Nice. One more, back down. And back up. Keep the chest down, head goes. There you go. And rest, and then we'll recheck. So there is a little bit of that plyo component, it seems like. A little pull tight on the left. We're going into flexion, so we just checked cervical extension. That was high quality. So we started running a couple plyos. Let's see, so plyo extension to flexion. And no pull, right, along the way, on the left side? That tightness that you were talking about?
Yeah, it's along the way, but it feels like it's like
good work. Like
not that it's not letting go so much as it's working.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Lift your head. Hold. There you go. Good. Rotate left. How's that feel getting there?
oh yeah, that's really good.
Hold. Ready to go. Fine on the
Yeah,
push
that's
too.
fine.
Okay, so before we move on, let's do one more set of these guys. Let me let your neck chill for just a second. Nice. So rechecking samples. We got high quality cervical flexion. Cervical flexion, good to go. And then SARS 7, which is rotation and flexion to the left. And that felt better too. High quality, no pain. So we're gonna run this again. So let's go cervical extension plyos. Let's see if we can get maybe 5 this time. We did 3 last time. Yeah, a little ISO to start, perfect, and control it up. The higher we get, the more you're gonna wanna bend through the thoracic spine. Try to keep that stuff down. Yeah, there you go. And push me back down. 1, control it back up. I'm gonna let you be in charge of that. Good. Push me back down. 2. You got a couple more at least?
I think just
1. Okay, 1 more. There's a lot of time under tension with this plyo, right? That you're holding it the whole time. And back down. Work, 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 work. Hold at the bottom for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Excellent.
No, it's not good.
Good. Cervical extension to a flexion plyos. We got 3 again, so that was like a 4 or more because you didn't want to do more, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a short break from that stuff and then just circle back and check some of the other samples that were low quality last time while the neck is relaxing and resting. Let's see. Let me check your dorsiflexion while we're at it here on the right. So I'll have you keep that knee bent a little. Good. And then just stand off the gas. Hold that. Hold off. Yep. Ready to go. Okay, that's high quality to start. Let's just follow up with all the knee stuff real quick. Hold. Ready, go.
Wait, is it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Check this one. Ready, and go. All good there?
Yeah.
Okay, extend the knee. No popping on the way out. Hold. Ready, go. Good. Now just check this one while we're here. Keep it extended. Ready, go. Yeah, that one's beautiful. Okay. No pain there?
No.
Alright, let's bend this knee off the gas, internally rotate the tibia, hold that position, ready and go. Feels good, external, ready and go. Good, feels good. I'm just going to double check the ankle. This hasn't really been a thing, but I would just want to check. Turn in, hold, ready to go. Nice, turn out, hold, ready to go. Good, no problems there?
No.
Let's check the femur. Turn out. Hold that position. Ready and go. No pain there. Okay, and then the other low quality one historically here is doing it in this position. Ready and go. Let me compare to the left. No pain with that. Hold. There you go. Feels pretty similar, yeah? No pain along the way?
No.
Okay, let's do one more neck thing, and then we'll follow up with the strength and endurance stuff on the lower body and see if those are symmetrical. That way we can clear and actually build you a full training program instead of this getting into even stuff. One more set here. We'll try the 3. Let me get under your head. Hold down. Ready and go. Nice job. And push me down. 1. Nice. Think you got 3 out of this one again? And back down. You're doing a really good job of not compensating through capital. Sorry, here we go. One more. You're keeping it pretty cervical, which is great. And push me back down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good. About 10, 15 seconds, and then we'll just double check that SARS again, make sure it's not breaking down or anything. Okay. So we're going into previously low quality samples. Checking that, all high quality. And we're going back to one more cervical extension to flexion plyo. Isolate the end, 5 seconds. Good. Okay, let's recheck that. Lift your head, rotate left, hold that position. Ready to go. Beautiful. How'd that feel?
Good. Yeah.
Didn't pull on that left side like it
Not
was?
as much. Still.
Just lingering,
But not like it was.
Yeah, not like it was. I think just mainly like.
it was so bad 2 weeks ago, and it was like almost like debilitating, but now it's just like lingering, doesn't prevent me from doing much. Like I can still bike and run,
Awesome.
but yeah.
You came in the other,
Yeah.
Like
not wanting to
today.
turn your neck.
Separately
Yeah.
from my
One thing.
rest of my body.
Okay.
Yeah.
let's follow up with some of the strength and endurance. So let's see, there were only a couple that were outstanding here. Hip extension was good to go. Hip flexion. So this was a couple months ago now. So I just want to recheck baselines, like I said, so we can check it off. So we were doing this body weight, and then we started adding some weight to it. Let me see where we're at with the weight. It's been a little bit since we've done this, actually. Yeah, okay, so let's, I'm gonna give you 3 pounds here. When we originally did the strength and endurance test, we were at body weight. So this will be a really cool test, both the test for the asymmetry and the growth and actual strength endurance in that leg. So when we first did it at body weight, you only did 13 on the right and you did 20 on the left. Weirdly enough, the left was kind of low quality at the end of that, and you started to get a little bit of growing pain somewhere around rep 19, 20 at, yeah, do you remember that? At rep, right at the end of that, with no weight though. So let's see what we're gonna run. Hip flexion, FRQs, which is again fatigue and rest quality checks, comparing to see when one side fatigues, comparing that to the other side. So I'm gonna set your timer for 60 seconds. We're gonna see how many you get on this right one. We'll check quality afterwards. If it's low quality, we'll rest and check about every 15 seconds, see when it comes back, and then we'll talk RPE. Ready? Oops, sorry. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm cruising. 13, 14. Doing okay here?
Yeah.
15, 16, 17, we're almost to time. 18, getting hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. 19, give me one more rep. 20, hold, ready to go. And high quality. Good. What was your RPE there?
Probably around a 4.
Cool, so not terrible.
Yeah.
Good, got the full time interval, got 20 reps, stayed high quality, 4 RPE, no recovery, and we felt that like quad, and maybe up in here a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool, so we felt that where we wanted. Beautiful. So just to recap from before, right, we did 14 at body weight. You just did 20 at 3 pounds, so that's definitely an increase.
How long ago was that?
That was in December.
Oh wow.
Yep. So now, so I like that. There's this unilateral strength increase without doubt.
Yeah.
Let's just compare. I want them to be fairly even. Let's see what happens. Ready and go. 1. Nice job. 2, 3, 4. Killing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and one more. 21, hold, there you go. Yeah!
Nice.
What was the RPE?
Probably about the same. Yeah.
Excellent.
They felt pretty similar.
So I think we're pretty good there, right? It was 1 rep.
Yeah.
Went a tiny bit faster on that left side, but it was getting the full minute. Similar RPE, both high quality, and you felt that in the same spot over on the left leg as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I feel like it was more in the core for some reason on that side.
on the
but
left.
I adjusted like about halfway through because I found myself crunching on that side, and I was like, oh my god, I need to like be straight.
That might have been, maybe this is the weaker link because this lower abdominal tissue is part of what's helping lift that leg, right? Like there's this sartorius muscle that comes all the way up and attaches. You've got like the gracilis comes up, and then they all come up into the pelvis, which is psoas attaching from the pelvis to the spine, doing that. So I wonder if the reason you were bending to the right was because maybe you felt a weak link in there and were trying to get away from it.
And I tried to adjust like halfway through because I noticed it. I was like,
And maybe that's like what caused the groin pain.
Yeah, getting
Or
like too
something,
far this way.
yeah.
Yeah, that could make sense. That's great. Okay, so the only other original low quality or asymmetry there was knee extension. We had some tiny minor things on dorsiflexion. You did 18 on the right, 16 on the left, and it was low quality on the left for a little bit, but that looks like it probably cleared by now. And it was such a small asymmetry. Plantar flexion was 17 on one side, 18 on the other, so that was good. Knee flexion was 14 on each side. It was low quality on the left for just 15 seconds at the same rep count. So that one I think is probably pretty good to go. So knee extension is the other one that we're gonna run. We did this out on the hippo. Let's pop up off the table and we'll go check that on that, what we call the hippo machine. And we'll see what the FRQ is. Take your time. I'm gonna set us up out there, no rush. Nice job. Hi everybody, thanks for joining. Alright. On there, let's see, let me get the back position adjusted real quick here. There we go.
Is it long on the outside?
Underneath it, you'll only push up with the one leg. That feels better, huh? That feel okay right there, that position? So same thing, I'm gonna set your timer, click one of those buttons, let's see where our weight's at. So just go to 5, that one go. Perfect. Ready? And go. So this for the video here, right? What we're running are FRQs, what we call FRQs, fatigue and rest quality checks. A couple months ago, we only got 16 repetitions on that right leg at this weight for about a 75% max effort. Compared to the left, we got 20 repetitions. So we're rerunning that, looking for symmetry of strength and endurance here. Nine. 10. One more. 17. Hold. There you go. Good. High quality. What's your RPE?
probably 2.5.
Awesome. Okay, so we got 17 full-time interval, high quality.
Yeah, there was some pain coming through the knee, but it cleared after like 5.
Your body. Okay, you figured it out.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
I adjusted like.
Something through there again. Okay, let's try left. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, one of my clients had a house, available, and it became available last year and we weren't ready. And it became available again, and we were just like, oh my god,
14. Nice work. 15. Woo! 16. 17. One more. 15. Hold. There you go. High quality. RPE. So a little bit harder.
It felt easier at first. I was like, oh, this is like pretty easy. But
Cool. Felt it in the same spot, quad, no pain or anything?
yeah, no, that's good.
Old time interval, only one rep different, same as the hip flexion, which I think is interesting. Good. Okay. So, since those are all locked in, let's take advantage of this real quick. And we're gonna hit both legs and actually train them out, right? So we were just kind of checking everything. Yeah. So let's bring the weight up. Let's go to 10 pounds. Nice. And you're gonna push with both. I'm gonna have you shoot for about a 4.5 RPE. And then I'll hold this and we'll check quality on both real quick, just to make sure that they're staying even. Let's go. One. So this is just strengthening. Now we're just building strength through that quad tissue. Two. Hopefully this will help you get even better at the run, connect that whole gait cycle through the quad, the glute, the everything, right? 4. Is that heavy enough?
Yeah.
8, 10, getting tired already? Yeah, let's go push it a little bit here. We're even, I'm not getting pain, so let's go. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, cruising. 1, 2, 3, oh yeah. Getting endurance in here for sure. 4, good job on that pause at the top. Just a quick little lockout. 25, got 30, 26, let's go. 27, 8, yeah, getting a little shaky, that's good. 29, one more time. 30, hold, there you go. Good, good. Nice, no pain? Okay. Give it a short little rest, and we're gonna actually do one more round. We're gonna bring the weight up a tiny little bit and do one more. And then while you're resting for a second, I'm gonna set up, because we'll finish with the spinal extension. We're gonna tie the neck into that, what we did today. Because you're prone, right, facing down, gravity is pushing you into flexion, which is, if we're keeping extension, going through that movement, it'll be that same flyer we did on the table. So I'll tell you what that's looking like in a second.
What should we have this?
Let's try 15 to 18 pounds instead of 10.
Okay.
Alright. Feeling rested enough? Are you ready? Or you need a little longer? Two. Where'd you go, 15?
It's like 7. No, it's right over 16.
Here we go. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Is that there? Alright. That it? Oh, okay, you were coming back from test. Good. Hold, ready, go. Good. Good. No pain? Cool. High quality. Excellent. Okay, let's go hit the extension guy. I think we're at the right angle. We'll see if it's low enough. Let's figure out where that hip is hitting on that pad there.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So the only thing I'm having you do here, guys, that's different than before, just to show you through the neck, right? When I get down into that flex position, I want you to tuck the head a little bit more, and then start by lifting the head a little, and then go through the rest of the movement like normal. Just so we're adding a little bit of that extra neck movement in there when we're doing that. Yeah, perfect. One. Remember, you're not extending this. So go push, roll this, and head back. Yep, there you go. And keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Beautiful. 2. Nice work. 3. Beautiful.
It's hard to like think about the neck.
Yeah, well, there's so much going on here, right? You're trying to move the whole spine. Yeah, good job on that low back part. Seven. 10 gonna be a good number?
Yeah.
We'll check quality at the end. 8. Nice job on the neck back. So 9. One more and we'll check quality. We're gonna check quality through 2 different spots. So I'll tell you when you get to the top here. 10. Hold here. Ready to go. Good. Hold here. Ready to go. Good. Rest. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of work, huh? What was the RPE there?
Go forward.
Not terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I was previously doing better, but I haven't.
We went down also, just so you know.
Oh.
Yeah, we made it a little steeper. We were at 45 degrees before. We're down to 40.
Nice.
So we progressed that. So we'll do one more set of these, and then we'll be about there. No rush.
Yeah.
Let you recover good. You did really good integrating the neck thing, right? Just so you can see again what you previously done with the low back. Was you get down and then you extend here
Right.
first, right? Instead of this
Mm-hmm.
kind of unrolly thing.
Yeah.
So you were doing really good. I could see it towards the end too. It would almost start to arc and then you could correct it, I think, as you were getting tired. But that went really well.
Yeah, I feel it like from below the core.
In front even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's tough.
Yeah, because it is tucky almost, right? Which is this tissue shortening. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, last one, and then we'll be done for today. One. Beautiful. 2. You'll see right here, we really start to get that round it. That. 4. Excellent rise. There it is. 5. Nice work. 6. Woo. 7. 8. Yeah, you feel it once to not do that, right?
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of hammies going too. Yeah, that right there. You got it. 10. Okay. And then rest. Yeah. A lot of work. Nice. Rest, and then just right here after give it just a second to settle, and then I just want to try your next step out here real quick. Give it about 10 more seconds, let that back recover. Nice job. And then I'll ask you to check that neck position here, standing too, once you get mobility. So try rotation left. How's that feel? Okay, go flexion and rotation left. How's that feel? Okay, if you go tight through the belly, soft through the chest, and then rotate left. Is that different?
It's a little more.
It's more. Okay, it's getting you too far there. Yeah, okay. And then let me check that quality. Flexion first. So head forward. Hold. There we go. That felt good. A little flexion there again. Rotate left. Hold here. There we go. How'd that feel? Not super fully over here? Good. Any questions, comments, concerns? So when you do the lumbar extension stuff again, are you going to get back to it, you think, now that you're chilling with work and school? Okay. Make sure you're focusing on two things on that low back rounding thing, and then start incorporating the neck. Yep. That way, and you can continue to do it like seated or on the bed, like you're doing, especially as a warm up or in the morning or whatever. But to start building more strength into it, integrate into that. Nice job, man. That was awesome. Good work. Good morning. All right. Thanks for joining.